go. Look at this. How we looking? You know what it is. And I got the coffee. I always say, man, if you have the ability to dress better for your job, always take that opportunity. But what we got here going on today, I'm just now heading out the door for work. I got my coffee. I already had my water with my Celtic sea salt. I'm not even going to be eating until essentially 12. So I'm still going to be cutting weight, but I know you can't see through the shirt, but I was eating a lot this weekend. But I have a goal to get down to 173, 172, and we're going to go ahead and stick to that. So I only eat lunch. I have like an afternoon snack, and then I have dinner. So roughly lunch is about 1,000 calories. A snack is about 300, and then my dinner, another, 1,000 or 900. But yeah, so let's go head out the door, show you the rest. So I'm about to go head into Publix right here. Just still sipping my black coffee, and I'm about to snag some sparkling water. I've said this so many times throughout my videos. Sparkling water, black coffee, these are gonna be natural appetite suppressants. These are fantastic to use, especially when you're cutting weight. You do not want to go throughout the day and making it feel like a struggle, because if cutting weight's a struggle or your diet is a struggle, then it's going to be really hard to adhere to this protocol, this program that you're trying to work in. It should supposed to feel effortless for you. If it doesn't feel effortless, if it feels like you really have to grind yourself and put it into work, then you're probably not going to be adhering to this program very long. That's why it needs to feel smooth and seamless. So black coffee, sparkling water, that's the way to go. That's what you guys need to do. Especially when you're getting down in single digit body fat percentage. When you go from 9 to 7, that's when your hunger really starts to kick in and your body says, hey, listen, I need food and I need it now. And over the weekend, I was just eating probably 3,500 something calories. I was eating a good amount over, and my cutting calories are 2,300 per day. So I was eating a good amount over. And I kind of can, just because I'm so active throughout the week. And when I weigh myself first thing in the morning, or not first thing in the morning, I lied. When I weigh myself first thing at the gym, which is kind of cheating because I already had all this food in my system, I'm still weighing 176, 175. I'm only a couple pounds short of my goal, which is 173, 172. And then I'm going to really cap it at that. So I could only really see myself cutting weight for maybe 1 or 2 more weeks. After that, we're just going to go into maintenance mode, or maybe gain a little bit. I don't want to ever get into the high 180s unless it's ridiculously lean muscle mass. I'd probably see myself hanging at the mid 180s, 183, 184. That's a good weight for me. I guess really the issue is when I get up to the 190s. That's when it's the composition starts to deteriorate. Physique doesn't look as sharp. Of course, you still feel great though, because strength is increased. Libido is at an all-time high, because your body doesn't have to say, hey, we need resources, let's gain. No, now it can just start to produce. It says, well, I got all the resources I need. So we're going to head in, get some sparkling water, bounce back, couple more hours, lunchtime, take it from there. But while it's still fresh on my mind, I was watching this movie last night, The Smashing Machine, with The Rock and Emily Blunt. That's a really good movie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. I saw this last year when it first came out on Amazon. I was watching it, and I use movies all the time as a motivator for me to get inside a certain mindset. And I just watched it because, okay, former MMA fighter, he's in great shape. I'm training MMA. I work out. I was like, maybe I can get some motivation from this. But overall, honestly, as acting goes, I will say that's probably one of The Rock's best performances I've ever seen him put out. That was an actor's performance. That wasn't no blockbuster Jumanji type role where he's in the safari like for the 5th time wearing the same outfit. That was a legit role. That was a great role. I don't know if you guys ever seen that flick, but you really should watch that. And it's motivating to me because it gets the insights of someone who's trying to balance personal life with MMA, his own struggles, and then working out, etc. I'm focusing more on the aspect of, okay, he's an MMA fighter and he's essentially in bodybuilding shape. That's what I get motivated from in his journey through that. Because when you're in an MMA gym, I train 3 days out of the week, and then I do weight training 3 days out of the week. I just like seeing that grind, someone else put in that grind. It just motivates myself. And Mark Kerr, he was a legit fighter. Some of these old school UFC fighters, back when they had no rules, back when you could go in the octagon with shoes and wear your gi if you had a gi, or wear whatever. I mean, you could be wearing Carhartt pants, for goodness sakes, in this place. But his headbutts were just ridiculous. Mark Kerr was a legit fighter. So I love watching some of these old school MMA fighters, and I'm blessed to have a gym right up the road from me where Bas Rutten is a sponsor. And Bas Rutten is, if you guys know, he's one bad dude. So he's in the movie as well. So yeah, blessed to live this life. And I really honestly want to show you guys some of the MMA training that I do, some of the wrestling, jiu-jitsu. I am going to be getting into the Muay Thai. I actually have to order the gloves. I said to my friend, I'm going to order these gloves so many times, and I haven't ordered them yet. I just want to be as well-rounded as I can be. I can make up excuses. Sometimes it's a little bit tough to juggle the schedule between, okay, if I'm weight training the same day, and then I have jiu-jitsu later, and then right after jiu-jitsu, there's Muay Thai. It gets a little bit hectic. Honestly, at that point, I might have to increase the calories by 200 or so, just to make sure I'm not under eating and overtraining. It's a delicate dance for those of you guys who are in martial arts, how to balance out your own personal MMA sessions and gym sessions. The best bet is always going to be have them on separate days if you can, which is something I can kind of work around, but I also want to enjoy my weekend. So if you're able to train several hours before your MMA sessions that are later at night, that's great. At least you can train, shower, get a little bit of a meal in, and then come back and then hit those sessions. That's okay. That will work. You just have to make sure that your guys' sleep is very, very dialed in. If your guys' sleep isn't dialed in, which I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I probably got like 6.5 hours of sleep, maybe 7 hours of sleep last night. That's going to be important. And talking about MMA training and balancing this out, I am going to be getting on BPC 157 and TB 500, some peptides. There is no injury. I'm just using it as a preventative to make sure that my joints and my tendons, my ligaments are all healthy and, well, rebuilding themselves and are lubricated, because I don't want to be the guy in his late 30s, early 40s, having all these knee issues, shoulder issues. Even if there is no injury now, you guys should probably be taking that just because it's a preventative. It's going to help repair and regenerate. And maybe there is a small little nagging issue that you have, take it. There's no wrong in that. So I'm going to be hopping on that. I might even hop on some of these other peptides for skin or collagen production, just so when I'm older, you know, I don't necessarily look my age. I look a little bit younger. So listen, if I can prevent it, I'm going to prevent it for sure. So we'll see about that. The BPC for sure I'm going to be using. I'm not sure about any other peptides at the moment, but I will definitely keep you guys posted. And if I buy them, I mean, I'm gonna just put it on video and show you guys. I mean, just what I do. I'm not sure from a censorship standpoint if I can show you guys me using it on camera. I have no clue. I guess I'll have to look that up in the rule book, but I want to show you guys everything. I want to make sure that these vlogs are as insightful into my life as possible, not just from a working out standpoint. I want it on a mental standpoint as well, on a spiritual standpoint. You guys definitely know where I stand there. So I just want it to be as immersive as you guys can. So when you click on these videos, you're just really in every single step of the way with me. So with that said, let's go head in. Let's get this water already. So I got this right here. I like the Mountain Valley right here. This is pretty good sparkling water. So I normally use this for sparkling water, and then some of the spring water. I normally have only, I would say, 1 sparkling water per day, especially if it's this big. But I mean, this is gonna last you at least until lunch. And then as soon as that's done, carry on with this. So we have the lunch here. Just went into Chipotle. I have white rice, double black beans, double chicken, and then I went for the queso. The reason why I did the queso today rather than the scoop of cheese, which is what I normally do, is because I noticed the girl just didn't change her gloves, and I have a thing where if she's touching the computer screen and then she doesn't change her gloves and then she grabs a handful of the cheese, that's a no in my book. That's Chipotle etiquette. You know, come on now. Let's not do that. And then Coke Zero. A bit of a bad habit I've developed lately is having a little bit too much Coke Zero. It's so handy though because it's satiating. It's 0 calories. Have all the fun without any of the negatives. Diet sodas in general are not the healthiest for you, but I definitely been making it a habit. Going out to Swig, getting a Coke Zero. I might have 2 at lunch. So I really got to pull back the reins on that. So yeah, I figured I'd show you guys what I'm grubbing. I'm gonna go ahead and bless this food, grub it, and I'll probably see you guys right before the gym. So we got bowl of grapes here right before the gym. Something basic. As I said, I keep lunch at a roughly about 1,000 calories. My snack is about 200, maybe 300 calories. And then when I get back home for dinner, another 1,000 calories or so. And I'm gonna go head out after I pound this down, head out for the gym. Pre-workout is going to be some of this. 2 scoops of this, 2 rounded scoops. This is no caffeine, no stimulant. This is all just for pump. That's all it is. And I like separating my pump supplements from my caffeine, which is going to be just some black coffee. Because I want to control and monitor my caffeine consumption, but I want to make sure that I'm getting the full effect of the pump. It's just pretty challenging to get a pump when you're in a calorie deficit. So you're kind of working against your body. You're not going to be primed. You don't have all this glycogen. So it's a little bit low. Truthfully, if I was you guys, I have a bowl of grapes right here, but you could probably do 2 Rice Krispies. Boom. That's going to be a great pre-workout snack just to ensure that you definitely get a pump. First thing, reverse grip bench. I really like reverse grip bench just because it's going to target a little bit of the upper chest, get some triceps into there. But it's a different movement because I'm normally doing incline bench. I'll do dumbbell incline. That's why I like the reverse grip though. Switches everything up. I did reverse grip off of the Smith, but just didn't feel as good. So we're just gonna warm up. Get a couple sets in here. And then we're gonna get straight to it. Elbows tight. Just get right there. Now, for any reverse grip, make sure you get a couple warm-ups in because the movement is so different. It's so weird. Might even feel a bit on the bicep sometimes. So I'm gonna add a little bit of weight. Go up to 185, see how that feels. And I might go to 205. So test it. For the warm-ups, I honestly normally do, if I'm gonna do like 205, I'll do 135, 6-8 reps, 185 couple, and then I go straight into my main weight. But I might only crank out 3 reps, see how I feel. Honestly, the real thing is I might need to start wearing a necklace for this mic. All right.
Okay. Yeah. That's heavy. That definitely feels heavy. As I said, I'm 178. I ate a good amount over the weekend, so I don't feel any stronger though because of the little weight gain. But I'll probably only add, I'll probably only go to 205 and keep it. I'm gonna try to shoot for 6 reps, but that's gonna be pretty tough, so I might only get 4. Goal right here is to try to get 4 to 6. If I can get 6, great, but when you're cutting weight, you can't expect to gain any strength. You're gonna be losing strength, so that's kind of a given, unless you're on gear. But I've dropped about 10, 12 something pounds since January. Strength's gonna be down. It's gonna happen, and it's funny because as a natural lifter, strength's gonna go down, lifts are gonna go down, of course, but then your physique's gonna improve, so it's kind of a weird game. But once again, nothing really you can do about that. Just try to maintain as much as you can. So, and that doesn't mean just lift light. You still lift relatively heavy. Within reason. Yep. Yeah, I misgrooved that rep horribly. You guys saw that second rep. As soon as I tried to get it, that was rough. Came back down. A little bit awkward on that one. So we're gonna take the weight back down to 185. I'm gonna wait about 3 or 4 minutes, and then gonna hit our next set. But that's one thing. When you have a hard set, we're not doing cardio. This is training, strength training. You do not want to be taking short breaks. It's not going to benefit you at all. You want to make sure that the breaks 3 to 4 minutes, and even then, sometimes you might even have like a 5-minute break. That's one of the misconceptions is a lot of old heads, when they're cutting weight, they want to have shorter rest, so they want to keep doing sets super fast paced, but you want to preserve muscle mass. Take the long breaks, get the central nervous system regenerated, and go back in again. So I got about 3 more minutes, and we're gonna cap it on that for bench. Okay. Got it. All right, I got 8 on that one. That felt good. So we got incline curls next. Of course, gonna take 3-4 minutes. Head into it. 7-ish. About 7 reps here. AKA, these are arm bar preventers. All right. All right. That's good right there. One more set. Next set, we're gonna do 40 pounds. Try to get around 8 reps clean, 8 to 10. I mean, biceps are one of the muscle groups that is gonna fatigue extremely quick, much like the hamstrings, so don't really need to do a whole lot. It's just whatever you do for them, put in a lot of effort just like you should for any other exercise. Your biceps are used on every single pulling movement you're doing. So if you already have a couple back movements spread throughout the week, and then you sprinkle in 2 sets, absolute max 4 sets of curls per week, chilling, totally chilling. Just nice and fluid here, full stretch. One more. Done with curls. We're gonna hit some lateral raises here next, but I'm gonna do the lateral raises chest supported here on the bench. Allows for a little bit less sway than usual, which is something I need, is a little bit more delta activation. So can use a relatively lighter weight, 25, maybe 30 pounds to get heavier, but we'll see. I'm gonna do these rest pause style though. So initial set's gonna be about 10, 12 reps. Take 15 seconds in between, and then do about 6 to 8 reps in between. Oh. 3 more. Uh. 15 seconds in between here. 3 sets for here, rest pause training. Try to get 8. Man. You can see the reps get a little sloppy towards the end there. 2 more sets here. And if shoulders are a big weakness for you guys, just put them at the front of your exercise routine. I'm gonna do 1 more set here. Take a little bit longer rest. Probably 6 or 7 reps here clean.
We're gonna do another. Two more.
I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have 3 plates on this machine right here, and as I'm going down with the weight, as the weight's descending, I'm not necessarily keeping my back straight. My upper back's going to be rounding. It's going to give me a little bit more stretch in the bottom position. So one of the key takeaways, and I'm having a wide grip because it's going to hit the rhomboids and traps a little bit more. I want it a little bit less lat focused. So little tips. All right. Cheated a bit on that last rep. It's all good though. So I'm gonna decrease the weight here by 20 pounds. I got about 8 reps there. Goal is to shoot for about 8 or 10 more reps here. And then we just have shrugs, and that's the workout. So as you guys see, based off your weaknesses, your strengths, you kind of want to create your blueprint and structure it around your weaknesses. Put your weaknesses first. For me, I probably could have got away with doing lateral raises in the beginning rather than bench press, but kind of a trade-off. I do want to increase the size of my upper chest. So if I'm you guys and you have a weak lift, weak body part, put that at the forefront. And especially don't be afraid, even if it's in isolation. Maybe it's you want to grow biceps. Your biceps are smaller. Put that as the first exercise in your routine and carry on from there. Everything else that's a strength, put it last. So, I mean, saying this out loud, I probably could have put my lateral raises first, and then everything else kind of falls in line. So, I'm going to wait a couple minutes. One more set here, shrugs, and then we're out. Oh. I actually, instead of having 2 45s and a 25, I'll put it down to 2 45s and a 10. Because I noticed on the last clip my elbows are slightly coming in, and I want to have them out as far as I can so it targets the upper back a little bit more rather than lat activation, because I feel like my lats are already adequately sized, if you will. So as a natural lifter, there's not too many natural guys that have a really big upper back, so it's a good priority to have. Definitely gives you a powerful look if you have a big upper back, big traps, big neck, ties in, and it's good to have for wrestling too. Needed. All right. That's good right there. That's good. All right, so I'm doing an ocular pat down of the gym environment, and I'm trying to assess where I can do some shrugs without getting in the way of everybody. I've been doing them on the trap bar deadlift, which is really nice. Gets a good deep stretch. I prefer that over dumbbells. I get to overload a little bit more weight. But the issue with the trap bar is right now the environment, how busy it is. We'll see if I'm able to get it. So. Back at the crib. So we got the post meal. Thanks to my wife, we got some tacos here. So I'm gonna probably have about 3. If she doesn't have that extra one, I'm gonna have 4.
I'm definitely having that extra.
Yeah, we'll see about that. So yeah, essentially I got about 1,100 calories here to play with. I'm gonna put it on the plate and show you guys the presentation. This, honestly, I didn't really put it in a very nice presenting way because I'm just so hungry. I want to pound this down. But we have a cup of beans, a cup of ground beef, and then we have 150 calories with each set of tacos. So this is rough estimate, about 950 calories. And the remaining calories, if I have any, is just going to go, either I'll just leave it at that, or if we have yogurt or tuna, I'm going to allocate the rest of the protein to that. That's the king cat right there. Oh, Elvis. Named him Elvis. Oh, Elvis. He don't really want to talk right now, but we named him Elvis because he's got this black, slick, shiny hair. Elvis. Boy. This is his throne right here. Okay. You're in his world now. All right. I decided I had to make a pit stop, rather. See, I needed that bad. I'm already fumbling my words. 2 swigs. I got to go ahead and get my Coke Zero. I have to. So we're making a little trip out here in the Berg. And yeah, we're going to cap the night off on that. But I was literally just talking with my wife about that movie, The Smashing Machine, that I referenced earlier. And I really, really wish, for those of you guys who are old school MMA fans, I really wish they'd make a movie about Lee Murray. I mean, his life, the build-up, it'd be perfect movie. Started at a young age, dealing drugs, criminal life, went into MMA, was very good at fighting. Supposedly knocked out Tito Ortiz on the street when Tito was champ. Fought Anderson Silva that wasn't necessarily in his prime yet, but was building up. I mean, then he just had a ridiculous run-in where he robbed the bank for $53 million. That would be such a great movie. But yeah, this is one of our favorite things to do. Just go out, drive, get a swig.
Talk about life.
Yeah, talk about life for sure. Yep. You know, a lot of memories over here in Leesburg. I actually didn't even want to move back here in the first place. When my wife found this house, we were looking over in this area, and I didn't want to come back to this area. I had so many great memories because I played Leesburg City ball, for basketball, football. Was the only white kid there at the gym for a couple years. Played at AAU. Was the only white family at this all-black church that we went to as well for quite some time. And now I think it's funny that our other church that we go to, we're the only white family still, and it's filled with all Hispanic people. So pretty diverse from that aspect. But yeah, truthfully, where I'd like to move in a couple years is I'd love to have my own land, but I would like a Spanish-style home near the beach. I gotta admit. It's just kind of weird, though, the concept of a place.
Sorry?
Yep.
Ready? Here's your Coke Zero.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Isn't it just weird, the concept of a place that only sells soda? That's it. Oh, well, pretzels as well, but how can it make any money and stay in business? It just sells sodas. That's it, really. That's so weird to me. I guess the Mormons really eat this up, though.
The Utah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course, have a good night. You too.
Alrighty. It just makes no sense to me. I mean, back in the day where we'd go to the gas station, get your fix.
Wow.
Ah,
Alright.
easy, bro.
Look.
Yeah, wow, bro. Yeah, you wanna spill it?
It was like.
Yeah,
It was closed.
Michael Myers stab it, dude. But isn't it just weird though? It only sells sodas. Anytime I was out with my brother, we just go to the gas station, get a big gulp. A Polar Pop actually is what it was called for. I think it was only like 79 cents before tax. So, well, yeah. This is pretty much the end of the vlog, though, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Let's get a little quick cheers. Oh, my goodness. Jeez. You didn't see that. That was almost a spill, too. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to continue filming some of these day in the life workout videos. My next one will be on Wednesday. But Wednesday is going to be a leg workout, really light. As you guys know, follow me on Instagram. I don't really train legs super hard. I'm just trying to maintain the size. So, other than that, see you guys. Peace.